Hi guys, welcome to this series of the next big thing in the crypto space. In this series, we talk about latest crypto projects in the crypto space. Crypto projects which we think, based on our analysis, is likely going to make a headway in the crypto space in the mid-term and in the long term. We also talk about current happenings in the space, especially news that are trending in the crypto space. And lastly, we round up by analyzing the major markets in the space. For instance, the markets which we know have the capacity to dictate the next direction of majority of other projects or other coins or tokens in the crypto space. So stay tuned as we take you through this series. So today we're going to be starting with the current news about Terra Luna. Every one of us in the crypto space knew what happened, in a couple of days about Terra. People lost a lot of money because Terra Luna crashed all the way from $100 down to 0.00000. I mean, it's just something you can imagine. So that was Terra. Which is currently now Terra Classic, because the team have actually developed a new Terra Luna blockchain, okay, which is now renamed as the same Luna, while the former Terra token, which crashed, is currently Luna Classic. All right, so let's look at what happened. So Terra's new blockchain has successfully launched. The blockchain went live with a Luna airdrop for previous Terra investors. Those who invested in Terra Classic have actually received their airdrops, okay, which most people were complaining that it's actually not even up to 5% of what they invested in the previous Luna project. Okay, so the rival effort comes after Terra stunning collapse early this month. Yes, so this is one of the news that have shaken the crypto space. I got questions from people saying, so now that the new Terra has been launched, what next can I do? Well, in my own advice, like I always say, pay attention to the market direction. So as you can see on this trend, Luna, okay, dropped all the way from 119 US dollars as at the 5th of April, right? It dropped all the way down to 0.00, it dropped all the way down to 0.5 here. But if you want to see it clearly, you would have to go to your DEX tool. Okay, so here is Terra Luna on DEX tool. You can see how it dropped. If we go to the 1 day time frame, you're going to see it clearly. So this is how it started. All right, all the way from 120 USD here. Yes, 119 USD as at 5th of April, like you saw on the Binance chart. All right, it dropped all the way down to 0.00009. Okay, that's the current price. Actually, it dropped even lower than this. So this was a big crash on the Terra Luna project. Okay, so the new Luna project, which is the new blockchain, the new token, the new blockchain that was created by the team, the current price for that is what I showed you here. It's currently trading at $6.4. In fact, if you go to Huobi, I think you're gonna be able to see it more clearly on Huobi exchange. All right, so let's take a look at it on Huobi. Now on Huobi, just come check on Luna, and then okay, so let's see how it's started a few days ago. So here is it. So the new Luna token that was launched actually pumped all the way from $1 all the way to $12. Different prices on different exchange. Okay, in some exchanges it pumped all the way to $30 and then dropped. Okay, so but depending on when the exchange listed it. So Huobi listed this project a bit, the new token, Huobi listed it a bit late. All right, unlike Binance and KuCoin and the rest of them. All right, so here's the logic. So currently now the new token, the new Terra Luna token, is currently trading at 6.4 USD. All right, and looking at the market, someone's saying, okay, Jax, what do you think I should do as far as Luna project is concerned? I say keep an eye on the chart. All right, so keep an eye on the chart. So as it is, you can see a project, which is actually on the downtrend. All right, it's going down. That's just the truth. So what do you do? Is it a good time to buy Luna, or a good time to? This is a good time to observe. All right, pay attention to the community. Stay active on Terra Luna Telegram community and also the Twitter community. Get to know what next the team is trying to do. Okay, then you can now see if this project is going to stand the test of time. But technically, in terms of the market direction, the liquidity is actually very weak. You can see it's actually dropping. Okay, so don't be surprised. It might come in the next few days, then you see it trading at $3 or less, or even $2. So this is not a time to buy Terra Luna, including the new one and the old one. It's a time to just observe. Be active on the community and see if there is nothing really happening in terms of what the project developers are trying to do to actually increase that confidence again for people to invest in this project. It is game over for Luna, because people already lost money on Terra Luna. So it's going to be difficult to get that huge investment again. That's just it. So they need to do something that can encourage investors to say, okay, let's give this thing a try. But we actually don't see that coming anytime soon. All right. So that's for Terra Luna. Let's check out the next thing we have on the next big thing in the crypto space. Okay. So Binance Lab announced that they've actually, raised up to about 500 million for Web3 funds. So these are funds available for crypto starters. All right, if you have a good Web3 project, or if you have a good project in the crypto space, especially in the decentralized ecosystem, in the decentralized finance ecosystem, all right, which is where you make good use of Web3 a lot. So if you have a good crypto project in that line, you can actually access some of these funds as a kickoff fund. Okay, so this fund has been provided by Binance in association with its partners to be able to sponsor a lot of crypto startups. Okay, this is a way to kind of encourage and growing the community, and also solving more real world problems using the blockchain technology. So if you are in this space and you have a very nice project which you think can transform the crypto space, this news is for you. Simply go to your Google, check it out, see how you can apply, and then get it done. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is Cardano. Cardano becomes the sixth biggest crypto with 27% surge. All right. So for some time now, the crypto market has been the bearish market. So for Cardano to surge up to 27%, this is a huge one for Cardano. And this happened because of the Vasil hard fork that is coming on board. Okay. So it rallied over 20% today, overtaking Ripple. Yes, Cardano took over Ripple, becoming the sixth largest cryptocurrency on the market. So the rally precedes a highly anticipated Vasil hard fork. So there's an hard fork upgrade. For those of us who don't know what hard fork is a process whereby the algorithm of the project, it will be altered in a way to produce another form of coin or token, okay, from the same project. But in this case, it's more like you let's look at it like in the case of software. It's more like you having a software and you want to upgrade that software. When you upgrade that software, some users might still stick to the old version, while some users will stick to the new version, right? So in the case of hard fork, when this project is this project is upgraded with a hard fork, it means every user would have to move to the new version. All right. So because of that, it's actually driving the volume, in acquisition of a other token. All right. So that is it. So the hard fork is coming. It's supposed to be the mainnet is supposed to be launched by June 29. Okay, but the testnet was tested yesterday. So if that testnet is successful, all right, the mainnet is going to be coming on board by June 29. So Cardano is a project which I think is going to do well in the crypto space right now, based on this news that is coming. All right. So you don't want to miss this. It's not a financial advice. Do your own research, but this is what we're doing in order to make sure that we keep you on track on the best projects to invest in the crypto space. So now let's quickly look at the last part, which is the market analysis. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a major currency in the crypto space. As you can see, let's look at CoinMarketCap and see what position Bitcoin occupies, and how it controls the entire crypto space. That's what it is. Bitcoin is the first. Bitcoin was the first blockchain project. All right, and it's more like the dominant coin in the entire crypto space. So a lot of cryptocurrencies are pegged to Bitcoin. So if it goes up, they go up. If it drops, they also drops. So when the majority, you can see the Bitcoin dominance about 46.4%. All right, Bitcoin dominance is about 46.4%. Ethereum dominance is 17.5%. So at 46.4%, it means that Bitcoin has a lot of influence on the other altcoins, over 19,719. All right. So whatever direction Bitcoin moves, many altcoins, majority 90.9, 99.9% of altcoins will move in that direction. All right. That is because of the Bitcoin dominance increasing. Okay, so Bitcoin is keep dominating in the crypto space, and it controls every other altcoin. So what do you do in order to make money in the crypto space? Pay attention to the market direction of Bitcoin. If you're planning on buying altcoins, you like this project, you want to buy some tokens, pay attention to know the right time to buy in. All right, because if Bitcoin price is going to drop, okay, it means that coin that you want to buy is going to drop. So you don't want to buy before it drops down to low. All right. So we pay more attention to the big trends, the big coins, which we know controls the crypto space. So, and currently the price is at 30,188. Okay. So let's look at the Bitcoin market and see what direction is going technically. Don't forget that there are other fundamental factors that can trigger, the price of Bitcoin. All right. Things like major announcements, for instance, when El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as their their reserve currency and all that. So all these news are likely going to trigger. All right, they're going to make more people want to buy Bitcoin, right? So as more people buy Bitcoin, the price is going to rally. So a lot of fundamentals, so many news coming out, with Bitcoin related. For instance, a U.S. governor accepting Bitcoin as his payment source, as its monthly payment means. Okay. And also Joe Biden, thinking about receiving some of his salaries on Bitcoin. So all these things can kind of, give the insight about where the crypto market is going. It tells you that Bitcoin has come to stay and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So these fundamentals actually trigger the price of Bitcoin. But now, irrespective of these fundamentals, irrespective of the major investors buying Bitcoin in bulk in order to hold for a long time. So these are positive factors, quite all right, but we cannot deny the fact that Bitcoin is still in the negative territory. So in this series, we want to briefly look at what direction we think the Bitcoin is going to go. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to use this chart as a means to show us this. So if we go to the 1 week chart, okay, let's take a look at the 1 week chart. We see Bitcoin rose all the way as at 27th of July 2020. Okay, Bitcoin rose all the way from 8,800, all right, up to the highest price, which is 69,000. That was as at 8th of November 2001. Between September 2020 and on the 8th of November, Bitcoin had moved from $8,000 to $69,000. That's a huge move, right? But after that time, which was on the 8th of November 2021, when Bitcoin was sitting at 69,000, after 8th of November, Bitcoin actually have been on the bearish territory. Okay, so you can see everything here shows you, what has happened after that date. After the 8th of November, Bitcoin has been on the bearish territory, right? So those who bought at 69,000 are currently on a very big loss. Okay, they can only hope that the price of Bitcoin can go back to 69,000, and then they can enjoy some good profit. Okay, so when you come to the 1 day time frame, all right, you can see clearly exactly what I told you on the 1 week time frame. Bitcoin price dropping all the way from 69,000 and now to 30,000, and now even going to 29,000. So what's going on with Bitcoin? Okay, so many people have said, oh, what should we do next? Should we buy Bitcoin now, or should we wait? Is it still going to, some people are saying, oh, it's going up, it's going back up to 38,000. So, or some are saying, oh, it's going back to 10,000. So let's see exactly where it's going technically. Right, so Bitcoin dropped all the way from 69,000 and now trading at 29,907. Now, based on our experience, all right, over the years, we use a very specific moving averages to monitor the price of Bitcoin technically. All right. So we use especially this white line and this, sorry, I'm not that good in color, but this looks more like a blue for me. All right. So now when you look at this white line here, each time the price of Bitcoin breaks through it from the upside, the market goes into a bearish territory. For instance, if you understand what we do, all right, as soon as you saw that this particular candle has broken this EMA, all right, automatically you should know that the market is in the bearish territory. And until it breaks through this same EMA from the downside, all right, there is no expectance of a bullish territory. So what can we say to that? Now, look at this look at this movement here, all right, as at this happened on the 10th of April. So now let's pay close attention. Let's pay close attention on this 8th of April. Okay. So on the 8th of April, all right. Now we saw this candle break through this same white line here. All right. As soon as it broke this white line, if you follow our trend, you would know that the market have entered bearish territory even the more. So because this was a stop hunt, this move here was a stop hunt. It was not a bullish move. But as deceptive as it is, most people are going to fall for this trick, and before you know it, they are back to where the market was before. All right. So as soon as the market breaks through this line, the market has been on the bearish territory. All right. And until we see the market break through this line, break through this EMA, we might not see any bullish territory. All right. So the market is still on the downward side. So this is not a time to, start buying Bitcoin. Okay. It's a time to do what? Wait for the market to hit a very good support. So let's go to the 1 week and see a more clearer version of where the market is going. So now you can see exactly what I explained to you. It's very clear here. Look at this move. Look at this move. This was on 19th of June, 2021. It broke through this line, the EMA. As soon as it broke it, everything went bullish. All right. Forget about the reversal. These are just normal higher high, higher low trends. All right. But we pay attention to this moving average. Like I told you, this is what we've been using for years, and it works. Technically, it works for every market. All right. So this is what happened. And later, you can see where the market broke through the same EMA. When it broke through it, the market was bearish. It broke through it on the upside and reversed again. So here we are right now. So at this point that we are, we can see the EMA on this side. So we can only confirm a bullish trend on Bitcoin based on our own analysis, not a financial advice, but based on our own experience and analysis. We can only confirm a bullish trend. I mean, the time that you can say, oh, it is time to buy. For instance, what happened here? If you see this sign here on the 19th of July, breaking through this 50 EMA, all right? If you see this sign here, breaking through this EMA, we know it is time to buy, because we know that the next week that will follow will be on the uptrend. All right. So in this case now, the market broke through this EMA, and the market has been on the bearish side. We're going to wait until the market breaks through this EMA again before we can confirm an uptrend. All right. How long that is going to take, we don't know. But now let's look at what support is Bitcoin likely to settle. All right. Now, if you pay close attention, you will see that this is the second EMA, which we use to dictate future trend line. All right. This is the white EMA here is standing more like a secondary trend line. All right. The first two that you see here is standing like this is a primary trend line. This is the inner trend line. All right. So we have the inner trend line, which gives you that indication of a downward trend or an upward trend. It's because the market will first of all break through it. All right. Before it breaks through the primary trend line, then to the secondary trend line, and now to the future trend line. So since the secondary trend line has been broken, the future trend line here becomes the next reliable support. If we break this future trend line, the market is going down. If we break this line, if we break this trend line, the market will go exactly very low. So here is where we are. So if we break this trend line at this point, if we break this trend line, the market will go even very low. So, but let's look at the two scenarios likely going to happen. Okay, as far as this analysis is concerned, the first scenario is a scenario where Bitcoin hits the 25,200 support. Because if you look at this EMA, like I said, this is a future EMA, all right? It's just like the future, because the market has been falling all the way from the inner trend line, the primary trend line, the secondary trend line, and now the future trend line. So the market, we think that Bitcoin is going to hit 25,200, which represents a strong support. 25,200 is a very strong support. So the first scenario we expect from Bitcoin is for it to hit 25,200, all right? And then it picks back up. If it hits 25,200, it picks back up all the way to back to the top. All right. So these are the scenario that we expect. Bitcoin hitting 25,000 and then taking it up from there back, perhaps back to 69,000, back to $70,000. Yes, this is the first scenario we expect from Bitcoin. All right. But there's also a second scenario, which is also likely to happen. All right. So long as the downtrend continues and so long as the market struggles to break through the secondary trend line, which is painted in white here, this white EMA. So this is the first scenario. So now let's look at the second scenario. Okay, so in the second scenario, Bitcoin might break through 25,000. All right, we might see a Bitcoin breaking through 25,000 and then going down. Let's see how far it's going to go if it breaks through 25,000. Okay, so if Bitcoin breaks through 25,000, which is a very strong support, right? We might see a Bitcoin that will go as low as, let's see where it's likely going to reach. So if we break 25,200, break 25,000, it's just going to be a free fall down to $8,000. Perhaps at $8,000, history is going to repeat itself. As you can see, based on this history here, all right, Bitcoin was once at $8,000. That was around, so as at 27th of April, Bitcoin was sitting at what? $8,000. Then we went all the way to 69,000. And now history is about to repeat itself. So two scenarios. Scenario number one, Bitcoin hits 25,200 and takes back up in this direction. All right. Scenario number two, it breaks through 25,000 and down below. So if it breaks through 25,000, based on technical analysis, I'm not saying there's not going to be a fundamental that will kind of change market direction. No, but based on technical analysis, with what you can see here, because in technical analysis, we look at the fact that history always repeats itself, and it's just the truth. The market does the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so in this case right now, we see Bitcoin dropping all the way to 8,000 as at 27th of April in 2020. All right, and now the market is almost close to a major, future trend line, which is a very strong support. So 25,200 is the support. If it breaks 25,000, if the market breaks 25,000, man, wait for it. It's going to hit about $8,000 before taking off. But if we break $8,000, we're going back to zero, guys. We're going back to zero. So what we pray this scenario does not happen. But if the market breaks through $8,000, man, watch Bitcoin go back to as low as $2,000 for one. Okay, so these are possible scenarios. So what do you do as a trader? Well, you just follow our trend. If you want to learn more about how to apply these EMAs effectively, all right, because this is more like an effective application of the same EMAs that you know. All right. So if you want to know about it more, you would have to join our private market analysis training session. All right. So if everything we've been talking about, Bitcoin and everything we've been talking about about crypto space and Bitcoin, if it's new to you, just click on the link on this video. See, just fill the simple form and we'll take it out from there. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about about starting your journey in the crypto space. The crypto space is actually a journey, all right? Some people started 10 years ago, some started 5 years ago, some started 3 years ago. It's been different experience. So if you want to begin your journey in the right way in the crypto space, just hit up, fill that form with Jex Crypto Academy, and we're going to show you how to get it right in this space. So I hope to see you in the next series. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.